Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're going to be testing out some new makeup. Pretty much everything I have right in front of me is brand new and I have not tested it out yet, so I'm really excited about that. I'm also excited because I haven't really gotten dolled up in quite a while. Like, I haven't really worn makeup for a while, which is crazy. I think we should just get into it. The foundation I'll be testing out today is this new Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I literally just got this in PR. I haven't really heard about this and I was like, a new foundation. I'm intrigued because if you guys don't know, I love trying out new foundations. So this one is supposed to be 24-hour full coverage matte, but it's supposed to be very light and breathable on the skin. I'm very excited to try this out. They also sent me their Step 1 hydrating base, which I already love and use all the time. So they kind of recommend using this together, which makes a lot of sense to me because I like to put a hydrating base down if I'm going to wear more matte foundation. I feel like it just goes on a lot prettier. So this is a primer I'm going to pop on really quickly. The Makeup Forever sent me 3 shades that they thought might suit me the best. I'm going to try this one out first. This is Y225. I don't know if it's going to match or not. We're going to see. I feel like it's also been forever since I've applied my makeup with a beauty sponge. This one is from Nabla Cosmetics. Nice and clean, perfect. It's so cute, baby pink, and it's very squishy too. It's not super stiff. I have the foundation on the back of my hand. It's quite thick, so I'm gonna take the butt of my sponge. Ooh, wow, it is a very thick foundation, and we're gonna go to town. Ooh. Okay, so right off the bat, coverage is beautiful. Even though the sponge, I know for sure it's like soaking up a lot of product, so I'm definitely gonna switch over to a brush. But it looks so smooth, so beautiful, like skin. The coverage is full. Oh my god, this looks so pretty on the skin. And the color, the undertone is perfection to my skin. It matches my body so well. My neck is always a lot more pale, but I just have to get over that. But this matches everything else. Oh my god. I'm gonna use a brush on the other side. Okay, this foundation smells like really good. Okay, so I really wanted to show you guys what my skin looks like up close with this foundation on. It looks so good. Like, I can't actually get over how good my skin looks. I don't have any like fine lines, dry spots. My pores look super smooth. It's definitely dried down. Like, you don't need to set this foundation, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It's super lightweight. It doesn't even look like I have makeup on my skin. It hasn't caked anywhere. Like, my nose looks so smooth, which is rare, but I don't mind my lips, by the way. I've been swatching. Like, I actually can't get over how pretty this looks. I was not expecting this, but I am pleasantly surprised and happy. Okay, so I'm really hoping this wears nicely throughout the day and doesn't start getting funky. I wouldn't say this oxidizes, but I can tell that it did dry down a tad bit darker than when I first applied it, but I do have like other shades I can play with. The shade is not like a big deal right now. I just look a little bit more summery and tan at the moment, which I don't mind, but wow, oh my god, it looks so pretty. Like, I'm touching my face, but nothing's happening. Like, it's on there. For my concealer, I'm going to be trying out the by Terry Stylo Expert Click Stick. This is a hybrid foundation concealer. Okay. I have the shade Neutral Beige 2. I'm hoping this matches. So, as you can tell, the stick concealer. I'm going to do a little swatch on the back of my hand. Ooh, that color looks really nice. Super pretty. Oh, and she's thick, but so creamy. I feel like I'm going to love this. So, I guess I'm just going to apply it to my eyes. I'm gonna start off with one eye first and just kind of see how it blends out. It's so bright compared to my foundation shade because it's a little bit more dark than I usually go for. Okay, so that blended out really nicely, very easily. It's not like super drying. It doesn't look cakey underneath my eye. I'm also gonna apply some on my lids. I don't feel like I particularly have to like set my face, but just knowing me, I always feel off if I don't, and I do have to set underneath my eyes. I do have a new powder to try. I'm very intrigued by it. This is the by Terry Hylauronic Hydra powder. It definitely feels like those super silky HD powders. I don't really necessarily go for those very often, but we're trying it out. I'm starting with underneath my eyes. Just like gently tapping this into my skin. Do you see how much white powder is on my face? I didn't even pick up that much. Also, every time I tap my sponge, the amount of dust that is flying, I'm suffocating right now at the moment. Yeah, it's a lot. Ooh. inhaling so much powder right now, it's not even funny. Okay, I don't know if you guys can tell like on camera, but I feel like I have like this white cast on my face. This definitely is like one of those powders that would probably give you a flashback. Yeah, for sure. It didn't make my makeup look worse. Oh, I'm still like eating dust. What is this? It didn't make my makeup look any like worse, but my skin does feel a lot drier. It looks a lot drier. Like I just need to spritz my face right now for like some hydration, which is interesting because it's supposed to be a hydrating powder. For my bronzer, I'm going to be trying out the new Beige Cosmetics Brilliance bronzer. I have the shade Golden Gal, which I believe is a lighter of the 3 shades that they came out with. We'll test it out. It looks like a really pretty shade. Oh, that looks so pigmented. Oh my god. Okay, nothing to be afraid of, guys. Okay, not bad. It's not a bad bronzer. Definitely something like every day, pop on. You can definitely build this up if you're somebody who's light or fair. I feel like this would be a really nice bronzer for you because it's not like super overwhelming. It's also not like super warm, which is nice as well. This isn't my favorite bronzing brush, by the way. I don't know. I have like my favorite, and then when I use like other brushes to do my bronzer, it's just not the same. Like, I don't get the same effect. Should I switch over? Okay, this brush is so much better. Like, when you have a favorite brush, you have a favorite brush. And that's all there is to it. I actually really like this bronzer a lot. Like, it builds up so pretty. It's not patchy on the skin. It's so smooth. I don't know. This might be like a new go-to bronzer. Dang, it still feels like I keep inhaling powder, like dust. Ugh. It's making me parched. So for my blush, I want to try out the new Glamingo face palette from Violet Voss. Look how cute. They also came out with an eyeshadow palette with some really pretty colors in there. But this is what the face palette looks like. You have a bronzer, you have some highlights, and these blushes. I didn't realize how bold these blushes were. Okay, we're gonna go with it. There's also a huge mirror in this palette, which is amazing. So let's pop Sweet Cheeks. Oh, okay. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I was really scared, but it's not that scary. Ooh, it actually builds so nicely. Look how cute. It's such a soft pink shade. This palette also has some highlighters. I haven't really tested these out. Ooh, that looks so pretty. I do have other highlighters to try, so we'll save that for another day, but that was a really pretty blush. The highlight that I want to try out today is from Nabla Cosmetics. This is one of their new pressed highlighters. This is the shade Wave. Like, oh, I don't know if you guys can see how beautiful that is. I swatched it with my finger, but I have not put it on my face yet. So I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics 140 brush. I'm going to put a little bit on there, tap it out, and let's pop it on the cheek. I'm so excited. I don't know if that's just me, but it kind of went on a little bit patchy. Like, it only clung to certain parts of my cheek. I'm going over top of it with another shade. It's called Venus Sand. I don't know if this looks the greatest on my cheek. The shade is a little bit more on the pinky tone, but yeah, it's like doing the same thing. That's really interesting. I'm wondering if it's like my makeup on my face or like the actual highlighter. It's really pretty, don't get me wrong. Like, this is a gorgeous highlight. It went really smooth on my nose and my cupid's bow, so I'm thinking it might have something to do with like the way I set my under eye maybe. I'm gonna take this Nars palette. It's called the Atomic Blonde. It's actually so pretty. I've really been liking this lately. This is also new, so it fits into the video. I'm taking the highlighter in the palette with this little brush that I got in my Ipsy box jar. I'm gonna run it over the other highlight just to kind of see if that smooths it out. Oh, that looks so much better. This is a really pretty highlighter, by the way. I love this palette. I feel a little bit happier with it now with like the other highlighter on top of it, but I'm like not like 100% still. It looks really pretty in the camera though. I really like it. Okay, let's just move on to the brows. So for my eyebrows, I'm actually trying out a new brand I've never tried before. This is Karity Brow Goals 3-in-1 Brow Pencil, Powder, and Brush. And this is in the shade Totally Taupe. What? Okay, so the top has like an angled pencil, and then you twist it, and it has like a little powder, and then what else? And on this side you have a spoolie. Wow, that's so cool. Start off with the like little pencil first because that's generally what I go for. It's a lot easier. not the worst brow pencil I've used, but I feel like it wasn't really depositing a lot of color and I have to keep going like over and over. But it's not bad. I like it. The color's nice. I feel like in the camera my eyebrows look really dark, although the shade of this is a lot lighter than my natural brow hair. Either way, I'm gonna now use the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel in the shade Dutch. I'm like obsessed with these. I use them every day, even when I don't like fill in my brows. I still love using these for like a fluffy natural brow. So for my eyes, I'm gonna be using the Karity Matte Eyeshadow Palette. Like I said, this is like a completely new brand to me. These are the shadows inside. They look really promising. You have a lot of bright colors and you have some neutral shades in there. I haven't swatched any of these shadows and I'm like really intrigued, so I'm gonna go into a few shades. Oh, okay. We got blue. Green is a little lacking. Fuchsia's, and then the yellow right there. Okay, so the blue wasn't too bad. I don't know, maybe like the pigmentation will be better on the eyes. Ooh, that's a pretty like coral color. Let's put that. That one's actually really pretty. Okay, so we're gonna have to put it on the eyes to see, because finger swatches really don't do any justice, like ever. We all know this by now. I also have like these liquid metallic eyeshadows from Nabla Cosmetics I'm like dying to try. I don't know what look I'm gonna create exactly. We do have quite a bit of color in here. I do want to use some color. I actually have to go to the market and buy some food and do some shopping and run errands. So I don't want to be like all rainbowed out, but let me know if you guys want to see like a really colorful look from me, then I will do one. I'm starting off with this shade right here. It's called Luxuria, and this is going to go underneath my brow bone. This is just like a nice matte bone color. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. I'm gonna bring it down just a little to just set my eyelid. I'm gonna pick up some of this brown. It's called Nimbus, and I'm taking that on my Mysterious Morphe blending brush. Ooh. So far so good. Shadows are blending out nicely. I'm gonna take some of the yellow shade. It's called Tweety. Like, how freaking cute is that? I used to be obsessed with Tweety Bird when I was younger. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that and apply that into my crease. This yellow is definitely lacking in pigment. You can see a little bit of that yellow. I mean, it looks really nice in the crease, like very softly, but that's like, I'm building it up and it's not a very bright yellow. I'm gonna go to the shade right here. It's called Coquette. Interesting. It's like a salmony shade. I actually really like this color a lot. And I'm gonna run that into my crease. I'm just trying to like add a little bit of like warmth in there. Again, not the most pigmented shadow. Like, you can see like a hint of like that like peachiness, but it's not as intense as I was expecting. Let's get a little crazy and try this dark navy blue shade. It's called Phantom. Blues are usually kind of scary to work with because they are messy, they have fallout, and you get blue shadow all over your face. But I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna gently place this on the outer parts of my eyes. Okay, it's not too bad. Like, this shade is actually not that bad. I don't have fallout, but somehow, some way, I have like the blue underneath my bottom lash line as well. How did that happen? I'm gonna go back into the shade Coquette with another blending brush, and I'm going to just kind of add this to my crease and help that blue blend a little bit better. I will say, although they're not the most pigmented shadows I've worked with, they are blending and building and just kind of going into each other really nicely. Like, so far this looks really pretty and I'm very happy with it. Taking the shade right here, it's called Alexi with my blending brush, and I'm kind of popping that on my outer lid into the navy in my crease. And because I already know that these are really subtle colors, they're not going to be super pigmented. I know it's only going to leave like a kiss of purple. So, I mean, it's really pretty, but it's not as, I don't know. That looks cute, but when you see a color like that in the palette, you expect it to be like, whoa. I built up the purple as much as I can on my lids, and honestly, like, this color combination, I'm here for it. Like, it's so pretty. I'm gonna take this minty shade. It's called Feign, and I'm gonna pack that on the rest of my lid. The way the purple and blue go into each other, it's like cotton candy eyes. I'm gonna go back to the purple and just kind of mesh the two shadows together. I think I actually really like that. So for my bottom lash line, I'm taking the shade Phantom again, that navy blue that we used in our crease, and I'm gonna smudge this underneath my lower lash line. I'm gonna go back to the shade Alexi with another brush, and I'm going to blend out that blue with that shade. I'm gonna bring that minty shade into the inner corners of my eyes as well. Guys, I'm actually like really feeling this look right now. I just realized I forgot to use these on my eyes. You know what? I'm actually thinking of taking like this more pinky shade and creating a wing with it. I did that in my ColourPop Casting Lights Zodiac video, and I actually really loved how that came out. So I don't know, I'm kind of like into the metallic eyeliners. So let's do that. I'm gonna dip my angled brush into it, and I'm just going to start creating a wing. Okay, I'm back with the finished eye look. I added some mascara to finish it off, and I actually really like the way this came out. Like, I feel like all the colors just blended into each other so nicely. I don't know, it may not be the most pigmented, colorful palette I've ever used, but the colors do deposit something, and it gives you like a softer look, if that makes any sense. And I really love it. I love the color combination. I love that metallic pink wing. I'm like really into that lately. But yeah, overall, I have to say the eyes really pretty, really like it. So now we have lips, and I kid you guys not, the amount of lip products I have like waiting for me in the corner to test out and try is overwhelming. But these just stood out to me. I'm very excited to try them out. This is from Persona Cosmetics. It's her newest launch, matte liquid lipsticks. These are the first 3 colors that she launched with, and there's definitely more coming out. I don't know, just like the packaging, the aesthetic of it, like the colors, it's just so perfect to me. You have your perfect red, perfect nude, and perfect pink. With this look, I'm thinking either like nude or pink. One of these. I think I might go with this more like pinky mauve color, only because the eyes are kind of like more cool tone and like purpley. This is in the shade Flamingo. That smells delightful. I don't always wear a lot of pink shades, but if I was to wear a pink, this is the pink that I would wear. Like, this is so freaking pretty. I love this, and I'm still like smelling that like slightly sweet smell. It went on super opaque, really easy. Like the applicator on this, it just hugs your lips perfectly, so it's very easy to apply. It's drying down, and honestly it doesn't feel drying on my lips. It feels really good, very lightweight. I think overall the look just came together so nicely. I didn't think I would be as obsessed with the eyes as I am. It's very like whimsical looking, and I freaking love the eyes. The lipstick I love too. It just looks and feels like velvet. It's a very nice formula. I can't wait to try like this nudie shade, the Jess shade. I feel like it's gonna be like a go-to color. Let's go back to the beginning for the complexion, because I do have a few words to say. My skin looks so good, so flawless and smooth. It doesn't look like I have makeup on my skin. Like, I'm a little bit, it's not processing in my head on how good my skin looks. It hasn't like sunken into like fine lines. It doesn't look cakey. My mind is actually blown on how like beautiful my skin looks. It's full coverage, but there's like, you cannot detect the makeup on the skin, and it's like driving me wild. It looks so natural. I am going to be wearing this foundation for as long as I can today. I have to go run some errands. I will 100% leave you guys a note down below on how it wore, and I'm very excited to like test this out, because right now I'm blown away, and this is something I for sure am going to be reaching for. The shade is like a tad bit dark. I can definitely use a lighter shade. That's not a problem whatsoever. But holy bejesus, this is like one of the most beautiful foundations I've put on my face in a really long time. That says a lot. Like, I don't know. I really hope it looks this great at the end of the day too. I actually really like the concealer as well. It's definitely something I will use again. There's no creasing. It doesn't look dry and cakey underneath my eyes. The powder, on the other hand, wasn't my favorite. I didn't like the dustiness and the powderiness of it. Like, I honestly could not breathe. I don't know what it was. I wasn't even applying too much, but it definitely would leave a white cast on your face. I feel like it might even have flashback. I just generally typically don't go towards powders like that very silky fine white powder. But I don't know, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever tried, but I don't feel like I'm gonna reach for it. For the Beige Cosmetics bronzer, I actually really like this. I feel like I'm gonna be reaching for this a lot, because it just builds up really nicely, blends beautifully, it looks very smooth on the skin. I like the tone. For my blush, I actually really like the blush a lot. It looks really intimidating in the palette, but they go on really softly and very nicely. I can't wait to try like the highlighters and this bronzer as well. See, it looks intimidating, but it swatches really nicely. Nabla Cosmetics highlighter. Honestly, I don't know if it's like maybe the powder I put underneath my eyes or what it was, or maybe it's the highlighter, but it just didn't go on as smooth. Like, they're blinding and beautiful. I could like make it work, but it was just like, I don't know, it just applied really weird. I can't explain it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. As usual, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, mesijesibeauty, Snapchat, JessiJed, and Instagram, Makeup by Jesi. Also, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so before you go. I'd appreciate it so very much. And also hit that little bell notification so you're notified every time I post a new video. With all that said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!